A lot of people hear the term budgeting and they think that it's about cutting down on your coffee drinks, it's about cutting down on eating meat. If you were eating meat twice a week, you cut down and you start eating it once a week. So most of the times when people hear about budgeting, their mind suddenly clicks to cutting down on the short items or the short spendings in their lives. They automatically think on the small things that actually save money, but not quite a substantial amount of money. The topic of budgeting is so dear to my heart because it is something that I have grown into it. I have practiced it, I have learned, I have made a lot of mistakes on it. I'm still learning about it, but I would like us to focus on something today. So when we talk about budgeting, especially in our day-to-day lives, there are three, or rather, let's say four very important areas that if you master your way with budgeting around those areas, then you will have understood most of the nitty-gritties about budgeting. And these four areas are: number one, your transport to and from work. Okay, your transport is one of the areas that really takes a huge chunk out of your income. You need to get a way of minimizing your costs when it comes to transport. Another key area that really takes up a huge part of our income is housing or mortgage. Yeah, that is another area that greatly takes up a huge part of our income. Your rent or your housing shouldn't take more than 30% of your income. So do the math. If you're paying mortgage, see the income that you're getting versus the mortgage that you're paying. Look for the percentage and see it shouldn't go beyond 30% of your income. The same to rent. Your rent should not go above 30% of your total income. And if it does, then you need to reconsider moving to a more affordable house so that you can be able to have more money to allocate towards your savings and paying your debt. Okay, so that was area number two. Another key area that really takes up a lot of our income is food. Buying groceries, buying cereals, buying food in general. The kitchen department, that is how I like to call it. The kitchen department really takes up a lot of our income. Yeah, and this is where, especially if you are a lady, yeah, you need to come up with wise ways on how to save up on your food. So one of the ways that I personally use is purchasing food as a group. When you purchase food as a group, you obviously purchase in bulk. And when you purchase in bulk, you're purchasing at a wholesale price. So you purchase in bulk and then divide the food amongst yourselves. I find that to be easier and more manageable than having to go and do the shopping by myself. Because apart from being able to save on the amount of money I use on buying food, I also avoid impulsive buying when it comes to shopping. Because let's be honest, you will get into a supermarket with your shopping list and then pass by the shelves, see something that was not in your shopping list, and then think, I definitely need this. And in all reality, you don't need it. But because you see that it's on offer, maybe it's a buy one, get one free, or they have greatly reduced the price, you end up picking that item that was not in your budget list. So buying food as a group has really saved me a lot, and I would encourage you, if you're in a position to do that. We call it chama ya chakula. You know how we have different merry-go-rounds. Now there is also a merry-go-round for buying food, and I know most of the ladies are quite familiar with this. Okay, so that is one way you can save on your food. Another great way that really saves on food is by setting up your diet, your weekly diet timetable. If you're able to visualize and see, on Monday we are taking ugali, sukuma wiki, and eggs. On Tuesday, I'm going to make rice and beans. Having that visual, it gives you clarity. Even as you do your shopping, you're not just picking items randomly. You're picking items knowing, I need a crate of eggs. This crate of eggs will take me for 2 weeks. I need to buy a debe of potatoes. I need to buy a crate of kales. I need to buy like that. When you have order, when you have organization in anything in life, things are bound to go smoothly, okay? So when you have a weekly food timetable, that saves you. It saves your time. It even saves your money. Because now as you shop, you are shopping with purpose, okay? So we have spoken about 3 areas. We've said transport, we have said your housing, and we have said food. The final area, it's not applicable to everyone, but to most homesteads, is childcare. Right now, both the husband and the wife are working. Yeah, we moved past the eras where women would stay at home and take care of the children while the husbands look for money. Right now, both of us are working. The husband is working, the wife is working. Yeah, so your child, there is school fees. After they've closed school, there is tuition fees. There is the nanny fee. So that area really takes up a lot of income. And you need to plan yourself. You need to know, how am I going to handle childcare for my baby? Yeah, that is an area that really needs a lot of attention when you are doing your budget. So those are some of the 4 areas. If you are able to plan yourself well, then budgeting becomes very, very easy, and you have more income to allocate towards your savings and your debt repayment. That is it for today, guys. Have a blessed day. Until next time, bye.